Coppage, I'm Alex Loeb and Shelby. We have consecutive sellout number 36 here at Gregory Gym. An electric environment for these two rivals, one of the greatest rivalries in college sports.
Aggies are here in Austin with a vengeance after losing to Texas last month in College Station. That match set the regular season attendance state record of Texas with over 9,000 fans in Reed Arena. A&M lost. They did a really good job, though, blocking against Texas. Expect them to bring that same energy in.
As for the Aggies, they've been relying heavily this year on the arm of Logan Lednicki.
A&M right side, Logan Lednicki. You cannot split the ball. She's going to hit right through you, and her cut shot is unmatched. Look at where this ball lands in front of the 10-foot line. That's how high she meets the ball, and when she cuts that ball, it drops straight down over your blockers.
Logan Lednicki, 12 straight matches with at least 13 kills, having a career year for the Aggies. As for Texas, they have relied on a breakout season from Mariana Singletary.
Texas middle blocker.
601 of his career here at Texas, being honored before the contest a moment ago. He's a three-time national champion, and his counterpart and former assistant Jamie Morrison in his second season in charge of the Aggies. They got off to one of the best starts in program history earlier this year, going 8-0, and Jamie Morrison and the Aggies trying to end a streak of 10 consecutive losses to the Longhorns, as this gym is jumping here for this rivalry that now happens twice a year now that Texas is in the SEC. Shelby, we covered the first battle in College Station. Texas took that one 3-1, ready for the rematch tonight.
And these players hadn't experienced this rivalry in the same conference. Texas head coach Jared Elliott said, "I don't think my players are going to understand the impact until they actually play A&M." And wow, that match was amazing with almost 9,500 fans in attendance. And that just shows you what A&M head coach Jamie Morrison has brought to College Station when it comes to culture.
The Longhorns have been absolutely dominant at home in conference matches. They have not dropped a conference match here at Gregory Gym in a decade. 2014 was the last time. And we are underway between the Longhorns and the Aggies. And flying in is Logan Lednicki with the kill, the junior on the attack.
The ideal way for the Aggies to start their match here in Gregory. Kill by Logan Lednicki at the back row. She's not even front yet. She can hit at all 6 rotations.
The Aggies coming off a bounce-back victory in their last match over Arkansas to put them over 500 in SEC play. Nearly an ace from Morgan Perkins. Texas just got it over. That one hammered off Wennis by Helmuth. Devin Kahahawai coming off the best month of her career. Off the Texas block. Maddie Walk in the middle, miscommunication, and the first point of the night for the Longhorns.
Casapala not trying to hide that she was going with that tip. When you're not trying to hide it, you don't care how it looks. Just get that ball over and in, keep it in play.
Madison Skinner serving for the Longhorns, ranked 7th in the nation and number 8 in the committee reveal that came out over the weekend. Flying in Helmuth right into the net. Texas by 1.
Helmuth going for that cut shot that Logan Lednicki likes so much. Dropping that thumb, raising the pinky, trying to make it drop right over the net.
Madison Skinner, the 4-time All-American, whose numbers may not be where they were a year ago, but still a major reason why they've won 9 in a row. Helmuth on the attack, denied.
Back-to-back errors for Helmuth. However, A&M setter Walk going twice in a row. I like that she is showing her hitter, I have confidence. I don't care you took the error. I'm going to keep setting you.
The Longhorns have only dropped 1 set since they beat the Aggies last month. Then 9 victories in a row. Charging in, Lednicki tools the block.
Lednicki is one of the most physical players, not just SEC, but in the nation. When she takes that back row approach, she lands right at the net and uses that full arm swing. You got to make sure 4 strong hands are up against her.
2-time All-SEC performer. Here's Maddie Walk, the transfer out of LSU. Singletary in the middle with that power. Casapala got a piece of it. Lednicki, Jenna Wennis along with Singletary were waiting.
Good timing and patience by Wennis, doing a nice job at reading the blocker. Something to take note of, Maddie Skinner is in the back row right now. This season, she started playing just the front row, but right now being utilized in all 6 rotations by Jarrett Elliott.
Texas leading the SEC in blocks per set. Kayla Akana serving, 134 career aces. In the middle, Casapala with the dart. Afena Casapala, one of the best middle blockers in the nation with the point.
That kill by Casapala is exactly how A&M wants to run that fast tempo offense, starting with a great pass, allowing the offense to be ran throughout by the setter.
Here's the Dallas native, Emily Helmuth. Transfer from Pepperdine, has become a major force in conference play. And there is the freshman for Texas, Aiden Ames, who's leading the team in hitting percentage with the point.
No surprise, we're already saying Aiden Ames' name. The true freshman. Texas usually redshirts their middle blockers. This one's going straight to the playing time her first year.
Here's Devin Kahahawai. And there is an ace. What a story it's been for Kahahawai as of late. Ever since Texas moved to a 6-2, she has played every single set, hitting .350 during that span. Had a career-high 13 kills in the win over Arkansas, and she has been on an absolute tear. A little too strong there, 6'4".
Looked like she just awkwardly made contact. There was no real spin on the ball, kind of a hybrid between a float and a spin. I think she just contacted the ball wrong in the air. That definitely happens.
Texas has won 10 in a row against the Aggies. Haven't lost to A&M since 2010. Swooping in for the point is Reagan Rutherford, the 2-time All-American.
Strong lefty for Texas. Rutherford on the right side. And she has a split, but still decides to go around the blocker, showing she trusts her offense.
Jenna Wennis serving for Texas, coming off one of her best matches of the season, but a service error there. Longhorns undefeated in SEC play at 7-0. The Aggies 4-3 in conference play. Texas A&M is receiving votes in the latest AP Top 25 poll. Emma Halter. Madison Skinner with the point.
Ava Underwood looking a little stunned by that hit from Skinner. Skinner loves that corner shot, and she knows if you are not in your base, she will score on you.
Emma Halter serving for the Longhorns. All she's done is win since arriving on the 40 acres. She's 68-7 in her career. But there's the broadcaster jinx, 8-6.
I'm starting to take stats on you, Alex.
You
and your broadcaster
time.
stats on serves.
Serving for A&M, Ellie Stinson. And we'll just leave it at that. In the middle, Swindle tapped over by Singletary. A&M regroups. Lednicki with authority.
Lednicki scoring on Emma Halter, the all-star libero. That's because she's swinging this hard. Left to your screen. Watch this line shot. Halter's in the right place, but there's really nothing she can do to get that ball up. It's too powerful.
Had a season-high 23 kills in their upset of Auburn this year. 9-7 Longhorns.
And Jamie Morrison says that if we're not taking errors 1 out of every 10 serves, you're not serving hard enough. He's okay with those errors as long as you are going for that ace, a deep miss serve.
Here is Avery Carlson, the team leader in assists. The transfer from Baylor, running that 6-2 with Ella Swindle. Texas, they started off the year 5-3. They've gone undefeated since moving to the 6-2. But the point for the Aggies is that one touched hands.
I almost think Lednicki's more detrimental from the back row than the front because she can take so much more space in her approach. Her arm swing can take a little bit longer. So hard to defend.
4 kills already for the junior. Service error number 2 for A&M. So here comes Madison Skinner, 14th among all active players in kills. That one caught Helmuth awkwardly. Here is Helmuth on the attack. Halter can't handle that one. Back to a 1-point set.
Aggies doing a good job at keeping Texas from going on the runs, which is what really hurt them that last match. And their offense is looking really good, moving the ball around.
Texas has won the last 2 meetings 3-1, one earlier this year, the last one before that in the postseason here in Gregory Gym. Point for Texas. Kayla Akana back in the match. Such a lethal weapon from the service line. 71 aces in a Longhorns uniform. 134 for her career. Lednicki denied by Ames. Back to the veteran they go, and this time she tools the block. What a first set for Lednicki.
It's all in the coverage for A&M. Lednicki hitting in Texas block, but her teammates are there to get that ball. That's the trust you have to build with your hitters. If they hit in the block, they have to know you will get that touch up. 5
kills on 8 swings for number 9. Here's Emily Helmuth. Wenis firing that one in.
You can hear the contact Jenna Wenis makes with that ball, almost like she's angry. And she is using her body, her shoulders. She is not hiding that she is going cross. She's putting 100% effort into that power hit.
Coming off a terrific match against Georgia, had a double-double and hit 346. Look at that serve from Kahahawai. Ace number 2 for Devin.
Kahahawai has such a unique serve. There's a little bit of spin on it, but it's not a full top spin serve. You got to make sure your platform is stopped once you're passing her serve.
This 6'2" has breathed new life into her game. Ace number 3 of the opening set for Devin Kahahawai.
Right in that seam, expect Kahahawai to go directly for that outside Ava Underwood again.
This crowd on their feet for the junior out of Hawaii as that one misses the mark. But she's no stranger to having big sets against the Aggies. Earlier this year, she had 6 kills against A&M in the 4th set alone in that win in College Station. Here is Ava Underwood, junior libero. Swindle. And Rutherford mishandling that one.
Really out of system for Texas. It's okay to be out of system, but the best rule is just get it over and in. That's not a mistake you will see Reagan Rutherford take again.
Texas still, after that miscue, hitting better than 500. Swindle saves it. Free ball for the Aggies. Lednicki answers with the point. That's her 6th kill already.
And A&M received the ball where Texas was out of system. Rutherford again setting the ball over. That's why for the Aggies, it's so important to serve tough. It makes it hard for Texas to get a hard hit at you.
Back to a 1-point set. Here's Underwood. Pushed over by Ames. Sliding in was Lednicki. She's been everywhere. That one off the block. And the point for Taylor Humphrey, the junior out of Michigan. All tied up at 14. Underwood, 12 aces on the year. Swindle. In the middle, Perkins. Ames was there. Helmuth just pushed it over. Swindle. Swatted at by Rutherford. Out of play, and A&M will grab the lead as we head to the timeout. A 5-0 Aggies run.
It really gives them balance and it allows them to utilize all 3 hitters at the front. Ella Swindle, 6'3", really physical, a good blocker. But if you can have an actual blocker instead, that's even better. And right now, Avery Carlson and Ella Swindle are both having good chemistry with different hitters, and it's really working out for them.
Numbers improving across the board for Jarrett Elliott and the Longhorns. And again, since the last time they played the Aggies, that win in College Station, Texas has only dropped 1 set, trailing by 1 here. The Aggies on a 5-0 run. Scooped up at the last second by Ames. Wenis We are tied again.
Perfect line shot by Jenna Winnis. She was kind of pulled in towards the middle, but saw that right back spot completely wide open, went across her shoulder.
Winnis second on the Longhorns in kills, aces, and digs. Senior out of Frisco. Helmuth. Maddie Walk. That one off the block, and the point for Taylor Humphrey and the Aggies, again up by 1.
Nice shot by Taylor Humphrey, getting that touch on the Texas block and placing it perfectly in that corner, not allowing this team to cut the ball off.
There is Lednicki serving. The Aggies still looking for their first ace of the night. Addie Skinner. Seen a few of those balls so far in the first set by Texas. Halter. Reagan Rutherford got all of that one.
That's the hit Rutherford has been looking for this first set. Couple awkward sets to her, but perfect with this connection and this hit. Swindle seeing that no blockers are on her, making them late to forehands up against Rutherford. Nice eyesight by Swindle as well.
Halter with the serve. In the middle, Morgan Perkins. What a dig by Ella Swindle. But Rutherford denied. The Aggies block stepping up.
Aggies doing a great job at tracking the ball, making sure that their timing is perfect against Reagan Rutherford, seeing that she's a little bit off the net, which means got to wait a little longer before you jump.
The Aggies, talk about the veteran presence in the middle between Morgan Perkins and Afena Kasapala. Coming up big there. Rutherford over the block. Rushing in was Underwood. Lednicki just flying in, but Emma Halter saves the day. Helmuth on the other side, no. Mariana Singletary does it again.
Statement block from Singletary. I also liked Reagan Rutherford with the one-handed tip. Right here, look at the set from Rutherford. That is all athleticism. She is not a setter. And finally, sealing the deal with that block from Singletary.
Mariana Singletary, number 2 in the nation in blocks per set on the National Player of the Year watch list. Just finally flourishing this year into one of the best middle blockers in the country. She was there again defensively on Helmuth. And again, Mariana Singletary. We'll try a different attempt that time. Skinner. We are tied at 18.
Perfect connection with Skinner and Avery Carlson. Carlson behind the 10-foot line when setting her outside, but that just shows the patience Skinner has in tracking the ball and when to hit.
An epic first set already between the rivals. Walk. Morgan Perkins, no, Avery Carlson was there. Pushed over by Skinner. Helmuth bobbled around, sent over by Halter, who came charging in. Lee Helmuth on the attack. I mean, Singletary's a brick wall right now. You got to try something else if you're A&M.
And Kahahawa and Singletary together, the wall does not get bigger than these two players. Watch these forearms. They're connected left of your screen. There is no split left. Singletary makes sure her hands, even though her body, not with Kahahawa, her hands are at the last second.
Singletary and Kahahawa dominating defensively, and for Kahahawa with 3 aces as well offensively. Maddie Skinner. On the other side, Kahahawa. That one touched hands. Point Texas. The Longhorns on a 4-0 run. Take a timeout in Austin with the Longhorns up by 2 over the Aggies here in set number 1. Yes, Shelby?
You are welcome, volleyball fans. Feast your eyes. No, these are not randos. This is the Texas men's swimming team. 15 national championships. They're just trying to bring that good juju from the pool to Gregory Gym, Alex. You can look at the screen. It's okay.
Part of this crazy environment at the Greg, 36 consecutive sellouts. As play resumes, Texas up by 2. Kahawai off the block. Underwood saves it, falling to the floor. Skinner one-handed, but out of play.
And both teams doing such a good job at not letting each other go on runs. Right now, the hitting's gone down, both hitting under 200, but there's a lot of digs in that.
Here's Morgan Perkins, the former Oklahoma Sooner, as if there already wasn't enough drama in this rivalry, but misses there. Texas back up by 2.
And now Texas in the red zone, meeting New Orleans in the last 5 points of that set. That's when the pressure is on. You want to take as little hitting errors or serving errors as possible.
Here is Madison Skinner. Kasapala. Emma Halter. Devin Kahahawai. As that one missed the mark.
Kahahawai a little too aggressive in that line shot. Been working for her so far, but Aggies also, they're taking that away from her. Their block is in place, the back row is in place. Even though a blocker might not touch the ball, it still affects the hitter.
Serving will be one of 5 transfers Jamie Morrison brought in the offseason. Maddie Walk out of LSU. Talk about a major impact. She has led the SEC in assists up to this point since joining the Aggies. And there is an ace for Maddie Walk. The Aggies' first of the night, ties it at 21.
Walk directly picking on Skinner, something Maddie Skinner is not a stranger to. Teams want to take her out defensively and get her out of this mindset to hit.
And a back and forth opening set here in Austin, and that is in back-to-back aces to put the Aggies in front. And a timeout called by Jarrett Elliott and the Longhorns.
Great serve by Walk. I love the effort from Emma Halter. That was not her ball. She's in middle back. Maddie Skinner's in the right back. That was Skinner's ball. But Halter sprints to the corner. She knows that ball is going in. And it is so hard to hear each other when you're in this gym. There's a lot of communication in volleyball, but when you got 4,500 fans in one gym, like in College Station, and 9,000 fans, it's really hard to hear each other when they're saying in or out.
We always have these pages and pages of notes coming in, all these stats, and they never mean anything when it comes to this rivalry because these two teams always play each other extremely tough. Talked about Texas hadn't lost to the Aggies since 2010. Longhorns hadn't even dropped a conference game here in a decade, but A&M has the advantage right now.
And Jamie Morrison, the fact that he played for Jarrett Elliott, coach for him, it just shows how connected these teams are. And Wasp Aces is something Morrison has focused on this season. I want my team to not only get our opponents out of system, Morrison wants his teams to go behind the line and get those aces over and over.
Jamie Morrison, former volunteer assistant here in Austin, has great respect for Jarrett Elliott. They still have a great relationship. Jamie Morrison said people forget what shape the program was in Austin before Jarrett Elliott arrived. He thinks Coach Elliott does not get enough credit. The 3-time national championship winning head coach. And he said his goal is to build a program in College Station like Jarrett Elliott has put together here in Austin. Texas led by 4 at one point in this set. And the Aggies have come right back. Kahahawai sliding over was Walk. Carlson charging in from the back row, and that's where Maddie Skinner is unstoppable.
This is the back row attack Texas has been missing from Skinner when she plays 3 rotations. Look how she snaps her body, her form, her swing, everything. If you blink, you're going to miss it. That's how fast she is hitting that ball behind the 10-foot line.
Skinner leading the team in kills so far. Here's Kayla Akana with the match tied. Walk. Kasapala got all of that and more.
Textbook play for A&M, starting with that great pass, allowing their setter Walk to run their offense, ideally through the middle. Take advantage of those good passes, get Kasapala involved.
Fenna Kasapala hitting .350 on the year, puts her team up by 1. Here's Emily Helmuth, the transfer from Pepperdine, service error, tied again. So here comes Devin Kahahawai, who has already tied a career high with 3 aces in this match. That one deflected high and put away quickly by Kasapala. Set point on the way for the Aggies.
And Kasapala, Morrison praised her arm this season. She's hit the weight room. She's so strong. And that decision-making is unmatched. She will place that ball where her defense is lacking.
Ava Underwood serving for the set. Carlson, Jenna Wenis. Texas keeps set number 1 going, tied at 24.
This season, Wenis has really improved on hitting around the block. It's rare she is hitting the hands or even really getting blocked or tooled. She's finding splits. She's going cut shot. These are things she wasn't doing as much last season.
Remember, you got to win by 2, so tied at 24 with Wenis at the service line. Reagan Rutherford coming back into the match for the Longhorns. Both teams hitting right around 200 in this opening set battle. Here's Wenis.
Now no setter in for Texas.
Lednicki, set point on the way again for the Aggies.
When you can get through Maddie Skinner and Aiden Ames in a split, you are a strong hitter. Lednicki does not care who is blocking in front of her, and you cannot afford to give her even a few inches of split in your block.
Ital Lapio enters the match for the Aggies, the 6'6" sophomore. And serving for the set will be Margot Manning, the Houston native. Service error number 6 for A&M. Should we have expected anything less between these two rivals?
I would say not. Whatever you think's going to happen, that's what the opposite will happen, Alex. You know this by now.
There's Emma Halter. We'll see what she does, leading the team in aces this year with 20. Kayla Akana back into the match for Texas.
It looks like Texas is confused on rotations.
Yeah.
I don't imagine them being confused. They originally didn't have a setter in. Now they're kind of talking to each other. Maybe running out of subs right now. You'll see that happen.
Got to win by 2, tied at 25. Here's Halter. Maddie Walk. Humphrey denied. Maddie Skinner coming up big. Set point for the Longhorns.
That block is exactly how you want to block. Maddie Skinner doing a crunch in the air, looking down, hands over the block, and making sure her hands are pointed to the middle of the court. Left to your screen. It doesn't get any better than that form.
Texas with 5 blocks on the night. A&M with just 1. The Longhorns leading the SEC in blocks and opponent hitting percentage. I mean, what more can you ask for out of this opening set? We're only 1 set in. Longhorns again looking to make it 80 consecutive conference wins at home. That streak stretches back to 2014 for the Aggies, trying to beat the Longhorns for the first time in 14 years.
And A&M looks very composed. They do not look nervous. They do not look like the pressure is on them. If they make a mistake, Walk, the setter, will go back to that hitter and give them redemption. Their defense looks great. When they're beat out, it's just really good hits from Texas.
They've had a few service errors, but J.B. Morrison has told us he doesn't care about that. He wants his team to be aggressive. That's not a concern of his.
Morrison also said, I'm not into the textbook rules of service or volleyball. Example like this. During a timeout, you could be iced if you are the server. Your opponent wants you to get that ball in the net, miss your serve. He said, I don't even think about those rules. I'm just hoping my server is serving aggressively.
This crowd enjoying the opening set. Neck and neck in the points column, Texas by 1, and hitting percentage. The Longhorns hitting 192, the Aggies 194 as Texas fight rings through Gregory Gym.
You can see Morrison having trouble hearing his players. That's the energy hearing Gregory. Really hard for these players to hear each other, even the Texas Longhorns.
May not be the biggest arena, but the crowd is right on top of the players and the coaching staffs.
Lednicki rarely crosses that line. She has really good body awareness, court awareness.
Well, Jamie Morrison looked absolutely stunned, and he will issue a challenge that could potentially decide the set. The call stands. Texas wins the opening set.
The ruling on the floor is that Texas A&M was illegal attacker out of the back row. They're challenging that there was no illegal attack.
Good call by Jamie Morrison. In my opinion, it did not look like Lednicki.
The attacker was on the line, so Texas wins the rally, and A&M loses the challenge.
Good catch by the up ref. Lednicki is that player that knows where that line is, and these back row attackers will go up to the closest inch they can. Oh yeah, barely. That just shows you how much there is for these refs to watch during the entire play.
So Texas takes the opening set by 2, 27-25. The Longhorns hitting 192. Skinner and Wennis with 3 kills apiece. We'll see how the Aggies respond. Coming up, an opening set we had here. The Longhorns taking first one 27-25. And earlier this week, Texas freshman Reese Emmerich donned some custom-made glasses to give you a first-hand
better than this view. Also, notice how Reese Emmerich is talking the whole play. If the pass is off her opponent, she's yelling off, off, off. If it's on the net, she's yelling tight. She's saying cover, cover. Liberos and DSs are talking the entire play, even when the ball is not on their side. I loved seeing her vision. I also loved hearing her. Great lesson in volleyball from Reese.
Great look at their practice. Sometimes Texas's practices are more intense, more fiery than their games. I mean, they are known for usually having extremely competitive practices that has paid off when match day arrives. And it certainly paid off in the opening set as Texas took it 27-25. See how A&M responds here in set number 2 with Ellie Stinson, the senior transfer out of Northwestern, serving for the Aggies. Avery Carlson pushed over by Singletary. Point number 1 of set number 2 goes to Texas.
Good court awareness from Singletary, seeing that A&M's defense is really pulled back on the wings. Lednicki, great effort though on her end with that touch.
And when she first arrived on campus, Mariana Singletary, Jared Elliott said she's going to be the franchise player of the future. Middle blockers take a while to develop. She has lived up to the hype, having her breakout year. We covered her earlier this year, and she flashed at times. But Jared Elliott wanted to see more consistency. He has gotten that out of her over the last month. Here's Madison Skinner. In the middle, put home by Morgan Perkins, the junior.
Morgan Perkins looked a little late on that approach, but she has that hang time, and she placed it perfectly in that left back corner.
The 5th in the SEC in hitting percentage. At nearly 400. And there is an ace for Perkins. Tied at 2.
Nice serving from Perkins. Again, looking like she's having fun, not stressed. The pressure is on Texas from her.
Again, she's used to this rivalry. Played with the Sooners. And now with the Aggies against Texas. Pancake, no. Back-to-back aces. That's the second time tonight the Aggies have delivered back-to-back aces.
You hate being ace, but there's 0 things more frustrating than a net ace from your opponent.
This arena just got real quiet. Kahawai.
Nice dig.
Halter answers for Texas. Devin Kahawai denied. Helmuth and Casapala were there.
And Casapala's gotten a lot better at blocking this season. She does a good job at lining up with her pins right at your screen. Look at these hands touching. Casapala's body is a little late, but that arm reach still connects with her outside.
Aggies going on a run with Perkins serving. Here's Jenna Wennis pushed off the block. Lednicki, that one brought Halter backwards and ends up with an Aggies point. Texas A&M controlling play here early in set number 2.
Lednicki demanding that ball early, putting her team on a 5-0 scoring run after finishing the first set with a football at the 10-foot line. She wants that ball again from behind the back row and gives a full-out swing.
And Jared Elliott having a discussion now with the challenge card in his hand.
Well, and Jared Elliott's pointing at the placement where Lednicki hit the ball, and if you're Jared Elliott, you're now always watching her foot, making sure she is not crossing the line again.
The Aggies, if the point stands, going on a 5-0 run.
The ruling on the court is there was a touch on Texas, point Texas A&M. Texas is challenging that A&M had an attack line fault during the rally.
Yeah, so once again, Texas is challenging that Logan Lednicki crossed that 10-foot line again. Not sure if walk is bringing the sets in.
There was no fault on A&M, so Texas loses the challenge. Point A&M.
Good call. Logan Lednicki looks very aware of where her body is, where her feet are. That's not a mistake you want to make twice, especially when that was the set-ending point in the first set here.
One more look at that one.
You can't really see from this angle. It's definitely close, though.
5-0 Aggies run as the point stands. Make it a 6-0 A&M run. Texas all out of sorts here early in set 2. And the Longhorns will indeed call timeout to get settled. What are you seeing differently out of this set? Wait, don't answer that, Shelby. Save your answer for after the break. Leave the viewers wanting more. We'll be back. Season is this Friday, 7:30 Eastern. Pacers facing the Knicks. And then at 10 Eastern, the Suns and the Lakers. Father and son, Bronny and LeBron. NBA doubleheader Friday at 7:30 and 10 Eastern on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app. Shelby, get back to my question before the break. What's changed for the Aggies here getting out to the lead?
Aggies look confident. They are not acting like they are playing in the defending national champs gym in Austin. Mess up on the block right there, but that was a great hit from Maddie Skinner. And their reaction, they got the mess up on the block. I'm going to assume that Casapala is going to fix that block. Aggies doing a good job at fixing things in real time.
The Aggies do not get rattled under Jamie Morrison. All of their ranked wins during the Morrison era have come on the road, away from College Station. They currently lead by 3 with Akana serving. Maddie Walk in the middle, smacked off the block by Casapala, and into the net it goes, 6-4.
Lednicki not crossing the ball over the net, but she was really far off the net right there, not able to take a full approach. That's why it's important to keep that set in front of her.
Texas answering right back out of the break. Here's Kayla Akana. Back to a 3-point Aggies lead. Texas has won 22 out of the last 23 meetings between these two programs. There's Walk. Avery Carlson pushing it over to Wenis. Casapala was there defensively. How about Kahahawai? Wenis denied off Kahahawai. Point Aggies.
Texas A&M block is everywhere. Even when they don't get the actual block, they are still stopping that ball from crossing the net. Good coverage from Texas initially, but Casapala keeps that form going and eventually gets the stuff.
In the middle, Aiden Ames. Ooh, Afena Casapala with the block and a little bit of a stare as well.
One-on-one, it does not get more personal in volleyball than a block like this from Casapala. Staring right on Aiden Ames, trying to make Aiden Ames go to the side or side, but no, she's still going to cover you.
Casapala led the nation in blocks per set last year, an intimidating presence, and an ace for the Aggies.
Texas just struggling at decision-making right now, whether it's where to place the ball with the block in front of you or to even get the ball in or out and serve-receive.
We mentioned Jamie Morrison isn't concerned with serving errors. He wants his team to be aggressive at the service line. Underwood sliding in. Lednicki with the point, and the Aggies cruising right now in set 2, up 11-4.
11-2 run from Texas A&M. This is the most successful they have been against Texas in probably 2 years. They're going off right now here in Austin.
Lednicki with 9 kills, hitting better than 350. Texas trying to answer. Joust, point, Texas.
Wenis testing Casapala's block. Casapala saying, my bad, to the huddle. You can see her hands were a little bit off the net, and Wenis saw that. They weren't pressed, and she went right into the block.
11-5, Devin Kahawai serving. The junior with 3 aces in the first set alone. That strike from the service line. Lednicki popped up by Wenis. Aggie setting up Underwood. Helmuth, no. Aiden Ames, the freshman.
Aiden Ames, the 6'4 freshman. She's not only tall and physical, but she is smart. She can really read where that hitter is going alongside Jenna Wenis.
Texas trying to go on a run here in the second set, but the service error.
It's never fun to get the service error, but when you're one of the team's best servers, it just stings even more. You're that player that wants to hold on to the ball 3, 4, even 5 serves if possible.
Texas on the night hitting 128, the Aggies 125. Serving for A&M, Emily Helmuth. Ames and Wenis saving it. Underwood. Maddie Walk, put away by Casapala.
This kill through the middle, Casapala, is why it's so important for A&M to get Texas out of system. Texas giving the Aggies a free ball. Now Nia Bunton coming in for Aiden Ames. Jarrett Elliott trying to change up the juju on the floor because right now the Aggies are completely taking the Longhorns out of system.
And as you're seeing, Casapala can absolutely take over a match at times. Helmuth. Here is Jenna Wenis. Maddie Walk, Lednicki pushes it over and out. The Aggies again have taken a set in each of the last 2 meetings between these 2 teams. Texas 3-1 victory each time, including dating back to the postseason here at Gregory Gym. Free ball for Texas. Kana, Swindle, Nia Bunton in the match for Texas. Lednicki! I mean, when she hangs up there forever and terminates, there is no stopping her. 10 kills already for the junior, the 2-time All-SEC performer. Just 3 shy of Texas as a team.
And when I asked Jarrett Elliott what's the key to this match, he said Logan Lednicki right away. We have to shut her down if we're going to stop the Aggies.
Maddie Skinner trying to answer off the block. Humphrey. From the back row, Helmuth, no.
Congrats to Nia Bunton after redshirting last season. She has waited her turn to show Jarrett Elliott what she can do. Now she's going out for Singletary, but wow. What a way to come in, get a huge play against a big rivalry. That must feel pretty good.
That is the first block of her collegiate career. Emma Halter with the serve. The Aggies, Perkins off the block. Lednicki off the block and out of play. Just too much power. She's up to 21 swings and 11 kills.
Lednicki completely taking off. Again, this is why it's so important to make sure that your back row is ready. That block with Skinner and Singletary looked good, but she is that tall. She can hit over your fingertips. Your back line has to run down that touch off the block.
She's hitting .333, a Sugar Land native. Rutherford. Texas will try again. Better attempt by the Longhorns, and it pays off. That one knocked down Underwood.
Underwood using her body as an actual shield from Rutherford. Look where this libero is when it makes contact. Good try, left of your screen, number 12. It's just that powerful from Reagan Rutherford. That ball has no air, causing it to drop down.
Here's Avery Carlson serving for Texas. She was one of the best setters in the Big 12 a year ago for Baylor. Former Big 12 Freshman of the Year. Humphrey, Kahahawai, and Singletary there.
That ball looked down. Jamie Morrison, talking to his team, decides, nope, not going to take the challenge. I didn't think that ball was out.
Went over to the card, but turned right around. Texas within 5. In the middle. Perkins denied by Carlson. Quick reflexes by Avery Carlson. But the Aggies get the point, back up by 6.
Carlson with the ups. ICU setter, nice job at reading the middle, and those are some of the hardest digs to get because the middle is swinging so fast. There's 0 reaction time, and she covers her own pass. That's the definition of staying in the play.
The Aggies continue to keep Texas at bay in this set. Another ace for the Aggies. They're up to 6, and remember, they were at 0 late in the first set.
Aggies picking on Maddie Skinner. Stinson most likely going to go back to her again.
Halter. In the middle. That one too strong from Singletary. The Aggies up by 8. That'll force Texas to call timeout. The largest lead of the match for the Aggies, thanks in large part to the play of Logan Lednicki, the outstanding junior. A team high, a match high, 11 kills on 21 swings.
A&M right side Logan Lednicki is always the leading scorer for the Aggies for their seasons, and it's because she's so lethal. It is rare you see her tip or roll. She is coming at you with power, and she really doesn't care if her body shows you via shoulders where she is going. She knows she can hit over you, she can hit through you, she can make you get on the ground and not touch the ball whatsoever. She is one of my favorite players to watch. I love how humble she is. She's not that vocal leader. She's lead by example. Watching her from her freshman year when she was still this good to now a junior, her back row attack is definitely, to me, the biggest thing that's improved on her game. Again, I think she might be even better from the back row than she is the front row.
Well, she's a Texas kid. She knows how important this rivalry is, and she usually has some of her best matches against the Longhorns. Last year in the NCAA tournament, she had a career-high 8 blocks in that match against Texas. And again, on fire so far tonight as the Aggies trailed by 2 early. Since then, it has been all Texas A&M. Well, the next stop on the F1 schedule is the Mexico City Grand Prix. Pre-race coverage starts at 2:30 Eastern with additional coverage on ESPN Plus in English and Spanish. And then at 4 Eastern on ABC, watch the best drivers in the world compete in the Mexico City Grand Prix. Some of the best volleyball players in the nation competing on this floor tonight. A number of players on the National Player of the Year watch list in front of a packed house in Austin. Maddie Skinner tools the block.
Skinner with the kill on the right side after being picked on in serve receive, which Jamie Morrison said earlier this year is part of our game plan. Get Skinner out of the game by our serves.
She's up to 5 kills. Texas 3 aces so far tonight. Margot Manning, LePio with the point. Etal LePio, the redshirt sophomore out of Nebraska.
LePio taking advantage of that 6'6" length, that reach, and even if you're pressed up against her perfectly on the block, she can still go over your hands.
Both teams hitting 0-50 in the set, but A&M controlling play, and that continues. 2011 Aggies.
Jenna Wennis is now very aware that LePio is in the match. It is so hard to go against this blocker because of the length. Left of your screen, look how high her arms are. She's almost touching the top of the antenna. Got to go around.
Off the Perkins serve, I mean, the Aggies just dominating right now.
Aggies are doing everything right. And even when they do mess up, that is fixed immediately. They are not getting into ruts. They are staying confident. They are really fun to watch right now.
Again, a trademark of Jamie Morrison's teams. They do not get rattled on the road. Here's Maddie Skinner, no. Free ball for the Aggies, popped up by LePio. Helmuth into the block, off the tape. In the middle, Casapala had to reach for it, sliding in Kahawai, pushed back over by Casapala. Jenna Wenis with the point for Texas.
Wenis getting the lower set from Carlson, speeding up her arm swing. A&M, I believe LePio thinks that ball from Wenis was out.
We do have a challenge on the play.
And A&M, if you're going to take the challenge,
the ruling on the court
positive.
is the ball was in. Texas wins the rally. A&M is challenging that there was a net fault during the rally.
A net fault, okay. And to me, unless you know for a fact there was a net fault, do not challenge. Look how ahead of you are. You're 9 points. You're good right now. You're in the red zone. Keep that challenge card unless you know without a doubt that it's going to go your way.
Jamie Morrison is not a coach who gets too animated. Let's take a look.
After a review, there was confirmed there was a net fault on Texas, so A&M wins the rally and retains their challenge.
By the way, we appreciate the quick reviews by William Stanley tonight. So Jamie Morrison wins the challenge.
And earlier, I thought that this was the biggest lead A&M has against Texas, even though they won a few sets. But actually, A&M led a set by 12 points their last match against Texas, so they can definitely take some off of the Longhorns.
Well, now Jared Elliott not thrilled. Poor William Stanley is going back and forth this entire set. And a crucial moment here, the Aggies trying to put this set away in a few points and tie this match up at 1.
And for A&M, you have 3 points to finish this set. Start getting creative, experiment a little bit, do some different kind of hits, some different placements that you didn't feel you had the confidence to in that first set.
Play ready to resume. The Aggies win the challenge, 3 points away from taking the set. There's Kahawai reaching back for that one. Texas down by 10.
Kahawai, not even the tightest set, a little off the net, but still has that power coming behind her with that arm swing and making sure that her arm finishes straight in front of her, forcing that ball down the line.
There's Akana. Margot Manning, Helmuth beats the Texas block.
Kahawai first with the kill and now the block. Both of her hands are turned left into the court. Watch her hands. They end up facing back in the middle. That avoids any chance of her being tooled by the Aggies.
She's got 4 blocks and 3 aces.
Nice
Back
set.
to Helmuth they go. Got too much on that one? No, it was touched. Point Aggies, 23-13. So A&M responding and then some after dropping the opening set 27-25. Just controlling this one throughout. Halter is to dive for that one. Wenis with the push. Maddie Walk in the middle, swatted down by Casapala, and set point on the way just like that for A&M.
Walk has done a great job at utilizing Casapala, especially when her team is in system. And Jamie Morrison said that Walk has really worked on her connection with her middles. You can see that play out in the second set. Walk
leading the SEC in assists up to 17 tonight. The Aggies trying to take set number 2. Underwood. Lednicki, Halter there on the defensive end. Kahawai off the block. Oh, what a one-handed play by Ellie Stinson. And Texas keeps the set alive.
That might be the best of the match so far by Stinson. Where did she come from? Out of nowhere. That's the effort the Aggies have here in Austin tonight. Look at this up. Stinson, body on the ground. Definition of just get a touch on it. Kills for Kasapala, right behind Lednicki with 11. Second most kills of the team. That's a good thing for a middle. That's showing that they're really in system right now.
And we are now joined by A&M head coach Jamie Morrison. Coach, what did you tell your team after dropping the first set to have them put out a response like this?
Yeah, I just talked about the end of that set. I thought we were our serves were a little bit high in the air. We got them going back to being flat near the end of that first set, and it was just about going back to playing the volleyball that we were for the last 10 points.
Your setter walk and middle Kasapala having such great connection. How is that going tonight?
Yeah, it's going great, and I think all of it is like the connection between all hitters and the setter right now are working. And just the amount that we're getting touches, the amount that we're serving and knocking them off the net, making it easier for our blockers, it's a nice team effort.
I appreciate it, Coach.
Yeah, no, pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Jamie Morrison, the Jarrett Elliott protege, tying things up at one set apiece. His Aggies take set 2, 25. Aggies just pulled off their largest set win against the Longhorns since 2013, taking that set 25-14. For Texas, Shelby, what needs to change here in set number 3?
Texas needs to do a better job at, number one, stopping Logan Lednicki. She can do no wrong, whether it's from the back row or the front row. And also, Texas is just not in system, mainly with the Aggies serving. They are going all out. They're picking on players for the Longhorns. They got to get their setters a good pass.
Fans on their feet here at a sold-out Gregory Gym for the opening serve of the third set. There is Lednicki. Misses the mark there. Texas with the first point of the set.
Talking about blockers being effective, even if a blocker doesn't touch the ball, right there, Singletary and Skinner took away that cross shot. They forced Lednicki to go line, giving her no space to keep that ball in.
Avery Carlson, 12 aces as a Longhorn. Stuffed down by Skinner and hits the floor. Texas by 2.
Texas has to come out with a strong start. All the momentum was A&M's way that last set. A lot of fans in here rooting for this team.
Has to be an adjustment this year for Madison Skinner. Not playing 6 rotations all the time. After coming off a career year a season ago, Helmuth. This is the way Texas wanted to start off after that convincing A&M win in set number 2, 3-0 Longhorns. Helmuth. Slapped down off the block by Mariana Singletary.
Singletary is so aggressive. She is not passive whatsoever. If that ball even crosses that side of the net 1 inch, she is going for an all-out swing.
So Texas on a 4-0 run to be back here in Austin. Play resumes with Texas up 4-0 here in set number 3. Lednicki leading the charge. What a dig by Avery Carlson. Free ball for the Aggies. Here comes Helmuth off the block and out of play. A&M with their first point of the set.
Even though Texas defended Lednicki, they were still out of system, leading A&M's offense to run that fast tempo. Lednicki still doing good things when not scoring.
Perkins with the serve. High for Kahahawai and out of play.
Kahahawai looking for that touch. Usually she's a good sport. If she didn't get it, she moves on really fast. It looks like she really thinks there was a touch from A&M's block.
You can see the Texas players looking around, but no challenge. Saving it, Singletary, no. Ace for the Aggies with a little bit of help from the net.
And that's Morgan Perkins, second net ace of the night. How many can she get?
Everything going their way right now. 7 aces for A&M. They're on a 3-0 run. That quickly comes to an end thanks to Madison Skinner.
Classic Skinner kill. And from the right side again, going right through that split. That's why A&M has to make sure 4 strong hands are connected against her, or she's going to embarrass you with that split you're leaving her.
Skinner's up to 7 kills, hitting .500. Back to a 3-point set. Excuse me, 1-point set. The Aggies climbing back within one after Texas started off on that 4-0 run. Longhorns took the first set by 2. Aggies the second by 11. There is Kahahawai. That one up into the rafters. This time she puts it away.
Kahahawai completely handling the net. She knows that this ball is going to be a kill. The second it's over her net, and she doesn't care how many passers are right in front of her. She knows she can hit harder than you can dig.
This is her time playing the best ball of her career. Had 11 kills a month ago against the Aggies. Career high 13 recently against Arkansas. Sliding in, walk, and led Nikki. No, the point for Texas. Longhorns extending their lead now by 3.
It looks like Walk might have been calling for help. The setter, you never take their ball unless you hear them say help, but these players cannot hear right now in this gym.
Texas in this set hitting 500. The Aggies minus 400. Akana. Walk, led Nikki. That big windup. The Aggies within 2.
Led Nikki on the left side. This is the place where right-handed hitters usually are, but she can still make production happen even when it's an awkward shot for her.
Here's the former West Coast Conference Freshman of the Year with the Pepperdine Waves, Emily Helmuth, serving for the Aggies. Sent down by Humphrey.
A lot of the balls going over the net for both A&M and Texas. Got to make sure you are absorbing more, whether it's a dig or a pass. You cannot gift your opponent a free ball.
This feels like the first set. Very tight play early on.
Good pass.
Carlson, Wennis. Texas by 2.
Wennis with the power tip. She has the jam. She is yet to go to an actual tip or a roll. Wennis is being so physical and so tough with her offense.
Wennis and the Longhorns hitting .571 in this set. And led Nikki somehow gets the point. Had to wait till the last second reaching for it.
Led Nikki with the kill. With her right hand coming down, completely awkward. Doesn't get more awkward than that, but she still gets the kill. That's how athletic she is.
Tremendous player, 13 kills on 27 swings. That one off Wennis and out of play. Ace number 8 for Texas A&M.
Aggies really trying to get the Texas outsides out of system. They want to eliminate them from not only the game mentally, but also keep them out of system for any sets.
Ava Underwood. Swindle back in the match for Texas, as is Rutherford. We're bouncing around. That one off the block by Wennis. Back to Lednicki. Jenna Wennis.
Good coverage.
One-on-one action. Lednicki, third time. And it is a charm. Point Aggies.
Texas has to be frustrated, blocking the Aggies 3 times in a row and still not going down on the Aggies side. It looked like Bunton was swing blocking, but her hands were not pointed into the court.
But we are now tied at 9.
Some momentum completely up for grabs right now. It's all about going on runs in this third set.
For A&M, Lednicki up to 31 swings. For Texas, Jenna Wennis, 5 kills. Lednicki again, Swindle there. Skinner holds up, and now a free ball for A&M. Underwood at the last second, flying in. Humphrey pushes it over. Akana. Madison Skinner reaching for it. Humphrey falling to the floor. Lednicki with the point for Texas. Lednicki for a second had a smile on her face as that one went into the net. No, she probably could have gotten a better swing on that one.
Lednicki a little excited, and that's what happens when you lead the gym with 14 kills. That was not her set whatsoever. Over her shoulder, that's when you do tip.
Like to have that one back again is put down Nia Button, and that is the first kill of her collegiate career.
Nia Bunton, a kill, a block. Congrats to her. She has waited. She's earned it. She was hurt last season, and it's her time right now. Take advantage against the Aggies.
Former number 9 recruit in the nation. Morgan Perkins at the knees of Wennis. Vital Lepio coming back into the match for the Aggies.
Now expect the Aggies to try and take Maddie Skinner out of this play by serving tough at her.
Margot Manning, sophomore out of Houston. Helmuth was there on the back end. Humphrey. Free ball for the Longhorns.
Surprised that wasn't a double.
Here comes Reagan Rutherford.
Rutherford putting that ball down. I think Jarrett Elliott could have challenged that as a double either way. But nice swing by her. She sees how pulled into the middle the Aggies block is, leaving that line shot, that cross seam wide open.
Just as you said that, Jarrett Elliott having a post-point conversation with the official William Stanley. Texas by 2. Lepio, 6'6" sophomore, kicked up in the air by Swindle, and the point for the Aggies.
In talking doubles, this is the first year where players can set and double it if it is on their side. What I was talking about was the Aggies' third contact looked like a double. You cannot double it and send it over to your opponent. It has to stay on your side.
Texas out hitting A&M in this set 500 to 188, but the Aggies within 1. Swindle, Reagan Rutherford. That one high off Manning and into the scorer's table. Point, Texas.
Strong block set by A&M, but Rutherford finds a way around it. She sees that cross and line shot is taken away and doesn't revert to her tipper roll. She's going for that hard hit right at the right back.
This is a battle here in this third set with a match tied at 1. Carlson. Manning. Helmuth sends it over. Avery Carlson. Here comes Madison Skinner. Pinpoint accuracy.
You know by this approach, this was going to be a kill from Skinner. When she is able to take that full approach from behind the 10-foot line, use all that velocity coming down on the ground, from that corner shot, there's no way you're getting that ball up.
Jarrett Elliott urging on the fans here at a packed Gregory Gym, and Mariana Singletary brings them to their feet.
I don't know what's changed for A&M this third set, but they cannot keep the ball on their side on first contact.
And we will have a challenge from Jamie Morrison.
The ruling on the court is ball down. Texas wins the rally. A&M is challenging that there was a net on the attack at the end of the rally.
No. We shall see. Jamie Morrison immediately made a beeline.
After review, there was a net on number 11, so A&M wins the rally and retains their challenge.
Singletary. Oh, it looks like it was her hand looks like it was perfect, not touching. Oh, you see the net move a little bit. Yep, it didn't look like it did. And she looked very aware. She's purposely trying to get her hand over back on her side by Morrison.
The roof was about to come off this place after that kill that was not meant to be. So it is 14-12 Texas. Perkins with the serve. Carlson setting it up for Madison Skinner, who's starting to heat up.
9 kills for Maddie Skinner, leading the Longhorns offensively right now. Interested to see if Carlson goes to her for those back row attacks as well.
Skinner struggled with attack errors in the last match, double-digit errors. Tonight, just 1 error on 16 swings. Lepio, that towering presence, the 6'6" sophomore out of Omaha.
Against Lepio, all you can do is the mechanics. Make sure your block is correct, but Singletary not able to close with Wennis, making it obvious for Lepio, oh, I'm going to go cross right against you.
3 kills on 3 attacks. Aggies back within 2, hanging around. Carlson in the middle, Singletary. Here is Kahahawai. Underwood dug that one out. Lednicki. Aggies within one.
Lednicki with the kill, but what a dig from Underwood. She reads that ball perfectly, leading to Lednicki's offense, defense to offense, everything textbook for the Aggies.
15 kills for the junior. Here comes Wennis. And the Aggies have come all the way back to tie it up at 15. This entire match has been back and forth. We saw it in the first set. We saw the Aggies come back in the second, and they have tied it here in the third. Kahahawai off Underwood.
Great dig.
What a play by Lednicki. Flying in from the back row, Madison Skinner. We said it earlier. We see it every time she does that. Unstoppable on that back row attack.
There's that back row attack Maddie Skinner has made herself known for. Literally flying in the air. And when she's middle back, she can go right or left. Lednicki's right back, so she can really only go cross or line.
Double-digit kills for the four-time All-American. She's up to 10. Here's Akana. Helmuth. Lednicki on the other side. No bueno.
Second block of the night for Nia Bunton and against Logan Lednicki. That's the way to boost your confidence.
And again, Jared Elliott waving to the fans. Here at Gregory Gym, 36 consecutive sellouts here in Austin. Service error, Akana.
Akana is one of those servers for Texas that she goes on runs. She's a really good serve, so when she misses it, that's a potential loss in a run for Texas. More pressure on her for sure.
Here's Helmuth, the junior transfer. Akana stepping in front of Halter. Kahahawai pushes it over the block. Maddie Walk in the middle, punched over. How about Akana on the back end diving? Kahahawai. And that one well out of play. The Aggies tie it again. What a battle here in Austin.
And great dig by Akana. She has such great reaction.
Helmuth serving for the lead. An edgy feeling here as the fans quiet. That one just missing the mark. Some oohs and ahs from the fans.
And that was a great serve by Helmuth. That's the serve where you don't even get mad at yourself for that miss. That was a deep missile. Emma Halter putting her feet on the line, getting actually on the ground to make sure that ball's going out.
Texas back up by one. Kahahawai, 3 aces. Tied at 18. The service error is about equal, almost. But A&M, 8 aces, Texas with 3. Swindle, here comes Reagan Rutherford. And the Longhorns back up by 1.
Rutherford has been the X factor for Texas here tonight. When she goes in, good things happen. I like her energy. I like her cross shot. Even when she's a little out of system, she still keeps that ball in play.
The transfer out of Kentucky with 6 kills. Lednicki. And she keeps bringing the Aggies right back. She's up to 16 kills. That arm is going to be getting tired soon. 36 swings.
That's a great point. Lednicki is an actual baseball pitcher, and she doesn't get those nights off. She is the go-to hitter for A&M every single match they play.
There is Margot Manning. Tied at 19. Swindle. Madison Skinner. Manning diving in. Skinner tries to put it away. Underwood is there. And Texas ends up getting the point.
Texas A&M was not playing. Oh, sorry. The swim team is back in action. Forgot what I was going to say. Alex, help me out. Oh, yeah. A&M really out of system.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
The swim team definitely trying to affect A&M.
Halter with the horns. Back up by 1. Oh, my! Rutherford! And that forces A&M to call a timeout.
Reagan Rutherford, again, you have to keep the ball on your side, especially against Reagan Rutherford. She's not going to tip or go behind you. She's going to go right on your platform, right in front of you, and prove there's no way you're getting her hit up.
Jared Elliott said at the beginning of the season, this is the deepest team he has ever had. That is evident by a player like Reagan Rutherford, who maybe not one of the first players we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, but she's a two-time All-American. She began the year on the National Player of the Year watch list, and she is coming up big here in set number 3.
And Reagan Rutherford's doing a really good job at spreading the ball around, even when she's off the net or really out of system. She's reading the Aggies defense at the front row, the back row. Again, she's the X factor to me right now.
Well, we got a big weekend of college football coming up on Saturday on ABC. A ton of ranked matchups at noon Eastern. Number 12 Notre Dame taking on number 24 Navy. After that, 15th ranked Alabama playing host to Mizzou. And then at 7:30 Eastern, number 8 LSU and the 14th ranked Aggies. ABC College Football Saturday all day on ESPN and the ESPN app. Hook'em in the house. Hook'em is inside the arena, and outside we had Bevo show up. Bevo only arrives for very special occasions, this being one of them, the Longhorns and the Aggies meeting. Now both in the SEC this year.
And by Bevo, we mean the actual animal Longhorn.
Yes.
It was about 4 yards before our car.
Yes.
I mean, I wanted to give him a
territory
hug,
for
but I'm not
us.
that brave. I saw what his reaction to Georgia's mascot a few years ago.
Here we go out of the timeout. Texas by 2. Here's Halter. Manning. Humphrey. Back to Rutherford goes Texas, and she responds.
Rutherford has completely taken the momentum from A&M and given it to her team. And right now the Aggies have zero answer for her cross shot. Not with the block and not with the back row. Keep hitting it until they dig it up.
She's second on the team with 8 kills. Texas on a 3-0 run. LePio. Halter. Madison Skinner. LePio and Perkins were there. Back to Rutherford. Here is Humphrey. And it lands in between everybody. The Aggies stop the run.
Best decision by Humphrey. Ella Swindle right back was really, really far back. Usually you want to be towards the middle of the court so that you can run and cut those tips off. She saw how pulled back the center was and went right for that tip.
Here's Ellie Stinson, great addition from Northwestern, second in the Big Ten in digs a year ago. Halter had to reach for that one. Oh, what a play by Reagan Rutherford. She's taken over this third set.
Reagan Rutherford was jumping to block that overpass as the overpass was crossing the net. That is complete reaction. That's court awareness. That's just a high IQ play.
Electric play by the Missouri City, Texas native. Longhorns by 3. The service error. Texas took the opening set 27-25. Aggies dominated the second. Longhorns trying to pull away late here in the third. That is going to be ace number 9 on the night now for the Aggies. 3 times as many as Texas, and it makes it a 1-point set.
Good call by Texas to get this timeout. Morgan Perkins is such a good server for A&M. She's a couple of net aces. She moves that team around, and right now the Aggies serving has been their strong suit tonight.
Texas A&M has tied a season high with 9 aces. Perkins with 3. And Walk with 3. And just when it seemed like Texas had control the crowd into it, all of a sudden, right back to a 1-point set.
And I think if A&M was playing anyone else, they would have more aces. Texas libero Emma Halter doing a really good job at making sure her full body is on the ground to make sure that ball is out. Most players would be passing those deep errors from A&M.
So for Texas, Madison Skinner getting some help from Reagan Rutherford, who has 8 kills. And for Texas A&M, Lednicki, obviously she's having a big night, 16 kills, but getting some help as well. Casapala with 7 kills and 3 blocks. LaPio with some crucial points as well recently. And that supporting cast trying to help the Aggies rally back in this set. But Texas still up by 1.
The set probably wouldn't have been this close early on if A&M stopped overpassing. You saw that last hit from Reagan Rutherford. A&M just not able to keep the ball on their side. That could be because they're trying to give Walk a perfect pass. But when you start overpassing, take it off some feet. Put it on the 10-foot line. It doesn't need to be perfect. She's a really good setter. She can move the ball around with an off pass.
Here is Morgan Perkins, the junior with 3 aces already tonight. Halter, Avery Carlson, Madison Skinner, set point on the way for Texas. Skinner hitting .500 on the night, trying to give Texas the 2-1 advantage. Helmuth and the Aggies fight right back, 24-23.
Helmuth been so aggressive all night, really been looking for the hands of Texas. Had a few errors, but really playing clutch in this set so far. Best rally of the night so far. I love the coverage from A&M, the blocks on Logan Lednicki from Texas. Everyone giving all-out effort so far.
This one living up to billing between the Longhorns and the Aggies. We'll see what set number 4 has in store after the break. The battle it has been between Texas and Texas A&M. And how about the transfer from Kentucky for Texas? Reagan Rutherford having herself a night, Shelby.
Texas right side Reagan Rutherford is going off on that right back against A&M. She's not even trying to hide it. But Lednicki, whoever is right back, can just not get these hips up. And also those overpasses. She's going to block you. She's going to stuff you. She is that momentum stealer from A&M. And remember, she is a national championship alongside Skinner their freshman year at Kentucky. Rutherford is not a player that gets rattled or worried. She's clearly having fun, and that's what brings the momentum to her team. It looks like she's a little tear in her jersey. Working hard out there. Okay, Reagan.
You talk about the 2 Wildcats. In the 3rd set alone, they combined for 12 kills, reunited here in Austin. Set number 4 underway. And it goes to the Aggies, the opening point, courtesy of Emily Helmuth.
And Helmuth had some big swings in that 3rd set. Right now for A&M, they have to change things up, mainly by keeping the ball on their side first contact.
Ellie Stinson, one of 5 transfers on this team. Devin Kahahawai.
Kahahawai going right for Lednicki. Lednicki's really been working on her defense because teams will pick on her and try and get her out of system. But if she had her platform down, that would have been dig. She was in the right base.
4 kills and 5 blocks for the junior. Here is Skinner. Spinning around with Stinson. Helmuth tools the block.
Rare error by Singletary. She did the footwork. She was lined up with Kahahawai, but the hands were the issue. She went straight up over her head rather than pressing even a few inches more.
Here's Perkins, who's been dangerous from the service line. Flying in from the back row, Madison Skinner nearly took the head off of Jamie Morrison. And a rare miss from Skinner from the back row. Perkins serving again. Aggies by 2. Wenis calling for it.
Nice dig.
Helmuth had to hold up for a second. That hesitation cost A&M.
Helmuth with the error, Singletary and Kahahawai's block, forcing her to try and go around. Got to make sure you either touch the blocker's hands or keep the ball in the court.
Keonile Akana, the former Nebraska Cornhusker. Maddie Walk led Nikki. That was swing number 40 over a leaping Akana. Led Nikki 17 kills, as we said, now on 40 swings.
Led Nikki searching for that open court on Texas, decides to go with the power tip.
Hammered home by Helmuth.
Good reaction by Helmuth, taking full advantage of that Texas overpass. A lot of overpasses tonight, making sure that ball a little bit off the net because Helmuth has that reach to put it down.
Walk with the serve. Emma Halter to Kahahawai. Jamie Morrison is fired up right now. His club up by 4 here in the 4th. And a timeout called by Austin. In Austin by the Longhorns. Aggies on a 3-0 run here at Austin. We'll be back.
It's like it's at the antenna, her hand. To just see that vision, love our producer, that was her idea. Putting those goggles on, what a way to watch the match.
Devin Kahahawai smashes that one home. Texas ending the Aggies' run, down by 3. Texas team that is 6-1 at home this year. And again, they've won 79 consecutive conference matches here at Gregory Gym. Here's a miss by the junior out of Hawaii.
Kahahawai with the miss and having to come off and go to the bench. Oh, that's the hardest way to end your rotation on the floor. But you know she wants those kills right when she gets back.
Yeah.
Ella Swindle in for the 6-2.
Texas with the 2-1 lead. Both those set victories coming by just 2 points. Wenis, one-handed flying in as Humphrey scooped over by Lednicki. Halter, Jenna Wenis on the attack, out of play, 8-3 A&M. It's interesting because this reminds me of the second set after Texas won the first. The Aggies came right back and controlled play firmly right from the start. Here comes Reagan Rutherford. That one did touch hands.
What a call. I did not think that touched anybody. Blink twice, you'll miss Reagan Rutherford's kill.
That's number 9 for her. Second most on the team. Texas needed that. Within 4, Wenis off the tape. Lednicki reaching for that one. Kill number 18.
Lednicki running this offense like a middle. She is taking off when that ball leaves her setter's hands. Her approach is fast, her swing. There is so much power. She's got the bun, changed up the juju for set 4. I like it.
Her season high is 23 in the upset of Auburn. Halter, Swindle, back to Rutherford, and she delivers yet again.
Little out of system set for Reagan Rutherford. A little too over her shoulder. She's kind of falling as she hits, but she adjusts. She goes for that line shot instead of cross and gets that kill.
Double-digit kills for the All-American. That one put home by Morgan Perkins.
Good connection with Walk and Perkins. Perkins going out for that 3. Not giving Texas enough to set up that defense at the front row. Extremely fast arm swing.
In this set, the Aggies hitting 556, Texas 111. Manning with the serve into the net.
And for Texas, Avery Carlson, Devin Kahahawai.
Avery Carlson will head to the service line for the Longhorns. Texas with 3 aces on the night. All of them came in the first set. All of them courtesy of Devin Kahahawai. Here's Carlson. LePio, that one skimming past Halter for the point.
When you have a hitter like Pio who's 6'6", it doesn't give you much time to decide if that ball is in or out. That might have been out, but Emma Halter has a split second to make that decision.
Very efficient night for Ital Lapio. 4 kills on 5 swings. Stinson off the net. Carlson keeps it alive. Free ball for Texas A&M. Lapio again. Wennis digging that one out. Texas keeping the rally alive. Lapio at it one more time.
Manning was positive that Lapio was going to get the kill for that rally. Continuously, this setter goes back to her right side because she knows she's going to get that kill with enough swings.
Redshirt sophomore, 5 kills on 7 attacks. Aggies by 6. Here's Skinner. One-handed reaching for it was Stinson. What a play. Joust, Lapio. Here's Helmuth. Singletary and Skinner were there.
Great coverage.
But Helmuth ends up getting the point. 13-6.
Helmuth with the point, but Ava Underwood covering her players right at the net. She is showing her hitters, you can hit in the block and I will still get that ball up.
History repeating itself. Texas takes the first set by 2. Aggies win the second convincingly. Texas wins the third set by 2. The Aggies controlling play convincingly. What are you seeing out of A&M, their response here in this set?
A&M still does not look rattled. A couple years ago, the Aggies would not be playing like this against the Longhorns in Austin. They would look physically scared. I think a lot has to do with Coach Morrison's attitude. He has so much confidence. He brings a lot of experience from the men's pro side. He's just a different kind of coach than most D1 coaches are, and that can really bleed into his players. They look confident. They look like they're having fun. Volleyball should be fun, and right now A&M's playing with the pressure on Texas.
Looking to rally and try and beat Texas for the first time since 2010. Well, hoop season has gotten underway, and the first NBA doubleheader of the year is this Friday, 7:30 Eastern, as the Knicks play host to the Pacers. And then the nightcap featuring the Lakers and the Suns, NBA doubleheader. That guy's pumped. Friday at 7:30 and 10 Eastern. Yeah, on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app.
One fedora per crew, Alex.
There you go. Happy birthday. Texas trying to respond. And Madison Skinner on her birthday. Longhorns down 13-6.
Wow.
In this set, the Aggies hitting .571.
I used to come to this gym since I was 7 years old, and my sister and I would hold signs like that at the players because they're literally famous. Like, these are the best players in college volleyball. Julianne Fawcett on the coaching staff for Jarrett Elliott, one of his former players. A lot of history here.
It's sold out for every match over the last 2 years. Play resumes with Devin Kahawai on the attack. Underwood stretching out for that one. Oh, what a dig by Underwood. Kahawai again. No. Here's Lapio. Avery Carlson. Madison Skinner waits for it. And the Aggies continue to control the fourth set.
Again, it's the Aggies defense right here. Underwood is not going to be scored on. She's reading the shoulders. She's making good footwork placement and getting those digs.
4-0 Aggies run that is now over thanks to Mariana Singletary.
Starting to say Singletary's name again for the offense. Avery Carlson needs an in-system Texas team in order to run Singletary with the offense.
3 kills and 3 blocks for Singletary. Here's Skinner. Manning over to Helmuth. It's now 15-7. Every time Texas tries to go on a run, the Aggies shut that down immediately. Back to Perkins at the service line. Skinner, back row, tape, point.
Skinner demanding the momentum back for her team. Right now, they are in such a deficit against A&M, and Skinner doesn't care. She's getting that kill off the hands of, Casapala, one of the best blockers for the Aggies right in front of her.
Skinner up to 13 kills. Here is Akana. Go Manning. Helmuth has to reach for it, can't get it over the net. The Aggies try again. Helmuth this time in play, 16-8.
Helmuth is really beating out the block right now. Originally out of system, but tipped that ball facing the bench. That's not something you see often. She's doing good jobs at making plays out of nothing, then eventually getting the kill.
She has elevated her play in conference play. Had a huge match against Missouri, career high 19 kills. She's got 10 tonight, but Kahawai answers with a bullet.
Just too hard of a hit for A&M. Defense really did nothing wrong. Stinson trying to cut the ball off with the seam, but Kahawai brings too much power for the defense in that play.
6 kills, 5 blocks, and 3 aces for number 44. Ella Swindle serving. On the night, Texas, 12 service errors, 3 aces. For the Aggies, 9 aces, 9 service errors.
That means 0 aces. Whenever a player has an ace and a missed serve, it's a complete wash. So Aggies right now in the green when it comes to service errors.
Back to the hot hand, Emily Helmuth. Reagan Rutherford. She showed up big in the last set. Here's kill number 11.
Aggies still not able to block Rutherford when she is cutting the ball. And that was a great block from Casapala. She was set, she was connected with Humphrey, but Rutherford just too powerful in that swing.
Rutherford hitting 444 in the middle. Perkins tries to answer. Swindle. Here comes Madison Skinner. Lednicki off the block.
Lednicki saw that the Texas block was way too early. Skinner jumping before Nia Bunton, leaving all these different kind of hands in the air. Lednicki going to punish those fingertips.
They continue to prevent Texas from going on a run. Lednicki, 19 kills on 43 swings. Here is Skinner off the block, turned around Perkins. Underwood falling to the floor, and Texas ends up with a point. Back and forth action here in the latter stages of set number 4.
A&M making it so hard for Texas to score because they are getting impossible ups. Even when it doesn't work, if they keep doing it, it will eventually.
Alter, the junior out of Indiana. And that is in, career ace number 71. Texas needed that one, now down by 6 in the 4th.
Emma Halter with the float serve, going right in. Got to make sure for the Aggies you are chasing that ball just like Halter does.
Maddie Walk setting it up for Perkins, who finishes it off, 19-12.
Perkins and Walk have worked so hard on their connection when it comes to that middle setter, and that's the last thing that happens to teams because those sets are so low. You have to know exactly where your hitter wants it. Your hitter has to know where to put it, and right now the Aggies are showing they have that part of the game down.
At the service line, Margot Manning off of Skinner. Win is Skageway to Halter. Free ball for Texas A&M, up by 7. Here comes Perkins off Singletary. Rutherford! No, excuse me, Skinner. Here's one home. So you say Rutherford's name over the last 2 sets. There is Madison Skinner.
Skinner
kill
says,
number 15.
This kill is definitely mine. Look how high her right shoulder is. She literally drops her left shoulder to reach as high as she possibly can when making contact. It could be because she was a little early on her approach, but she has that power hang time.
Skinner and Rutherford have combined for 26 kills on the night, both hitting better than 400. Humphrey trying to answer for Texas A&M. Madison Skinner at it again, just overpowers Underwood.
16 kills for Maddie Skinner in testing the Aggies libero. Does not care. Underwood has gotten almost everything that comes her way. Skinner knows how hard she can hit.
Texas trying to climb back in this set within 5. With the Carlson serve, LaPio. Skinner busy in this set with another point. And a timeout called by the Aggies. 3-0 Texas run. Let's take a look at Madison Skinner. 17 kills to lead the team.
17 kills for Texas outside Maddie Skinner and hitting .450. Not only is she getting kills, but she is rarely getting dug by the Aggies. Right now, A&M has zero answer for her. That's probably what Jamie Morrison is currently saying in the timeout. You have to get up Maddie Skinner, and you also have to get Texas out of system. Because when they're out of system, Skinner does not have the chance to take big back row rips or outside hits. Right now, she is doing everything right.
She doesn't put up huge numbers every match this year because Texas running a 6-2. They feel they have better balance. It's not all on the shoulders of Skinner. She's not playing 6 rotations every match now. But what a performance. The efficiency hitting .452. Rutherford hitting .444. Remember, Texas is up 2-1. The Aggies trying to send it to a 5th. And this is all you could ask for in the second meeting between these two rivals this season.
And for A&M, we've talked about Logan Lednicki all night. She has 19 kills. So these two players are the players that they have to be shut down for whoever's going to win this match right now. If you can shut down Maddie Skinner, A&M can really get in the red zone and take off, and vice versa against Logan. And right now with her on the bench, that eliminates that back row attack for the Aggies. That means Longhorns have to go on long serving runs, trying to avoid Lednicki from getting back on the court.
Texas on a mini 3-0 run within 4. Here's Carlson. Manning. Lapio dug out by Carlson. Madison Skinner at it again. Another point for the 4-time All-American.
Such a purposeful kill from Skinner. Taking a little bit off, but not rolling. Going right down that line and really testing the setter Margot Manning.
The Aggies led by 8 in this set. That lead has dwindled to 3. Skinner! Taken over in the 4th.
Aggies have for Maddie Skinner. And keep setting Skinner. It's okay if it's not a secret, because right now A&M can't block her, they can't dig her, they can't force her to hit out. She's playing too smart for them right now. And Lednicki right back in the game.
Lednicki and Skinner each with 19 kills. Texas within 2. Lednicki, no! It's a 19-18 set.
This is what you call a suffocating block. Singletary stuffing the player with the most kills in the gym. Lednicki coming in with a huge approach. I thought that was going to be a kill, but Singletary is convinced she is finally going to block Lednicki from that right back attack.
Is ball down, point Texas. A&M is challenging that there was a net fault at the end of the rally.
Well, there you heard. We do have a challenge by Jamie Morrison in a key moment in this match.
Take the challenge. Even if it doesn't go your way, Jamie Morrison is breaking the momentum of Texas. He's pausing any sets to Maddie Skinner, trying to get his team to play like they were earlier in this set. Use this as a timeout.
A lot of different angles. We're looking closely at the one at the top left corner.
After review, the call is confirmed. No net. A&M loses the challenge. Texas wins the rally.
So the call stands. Texas is in the midst of a 6-0 run. Mariana Singletary, again, the first player in SEC history to win outright Defensive Player of the Week award. 3 consecutive weeks, stepping up big here to pull Texas within 1, and the fans rise to their feet at a sold-out Gregory Gym. Off the block. Underwood kept it alive. Lednicki Halter into the stands, and the 6-0 run comes to an end. Aggies still lead, this time by 2.
Texas block is going off. They had the triple block against the middle for A&M, and Lednicki saw that the block was set in front of her. She didn't care. She's going for that huge swing on halter.
Lednicki, 20 kills on 45 swings. Avery Carlson, Devin Kahawai off the block. Maddie Walk swooping in is Lednicki. Misses the mark. Again, a 1-point set. The Aggies calling for a touch.
Lednicki convinced there's a touch. Jamie Morrison talking with the down ref. Nope, not going to pull that challenge card.
Skinner serving, Texas within one. Helmuth off of Carlson. The Aggies hanging on to that lead, 21-19.
And that's my mistake. Jamie Morrison actually has no challenges. That's why he told Logan, I can't take this challenge for you. That's even more pressure on the Aggies to play as perfect as possible.
Morgan Perkins just missed. 21-20.
Aggies cannot start freaking out, especially with that first contact. Keep it on your side and give Maddie Walk a pass where she can run her middles.
If the Aggies win this set, we go to 5. If Texas rallies to take the set, the match is over. Here's Akana. Maddie Walk in the middle. Kasapala Bunt was there defensively. Popped up to Helmuth. Off Akana. Aggies by 2.
Helmuth, the transfer from Pepperdine, has really been clutch in these last 2 sets, mainly with how powerful she is hitting, and she's really testing the outsides of each corner.
12 kills for Helmuth. Maddie Walk, the transfer from LSU. Wenis right into the Aggies block. Texas A&M by 3.
Kasapala and Lednicki together. Perfect timing against Wenis. Wenis had to go over that one.
Walk to serve. Here's Kahawai. Falling over was Walk to save it. Slammed down by Nia Bunton.
Logan Lednicki telling her huddle, that's my bad. And it was her mistake. She had a great dig from her teammate, had the second pass, gives it back to Texas. Keep the ball on your side, use all 3 hits.
Here is Devin Kahawai. 3 aces. That one missing by the narrowest of margins, and set point on the way for A&M. We may have a challenge. Jarrett Elliott walked towards the challenge card and then turned around.
Logan Lednicki leaving Gregory Jim stunned. 20 kills for this right side. In a really awkward set, but still making it drop on the floor.
Aggies take the 4th, 25-21. We move on to set number 5. Their first victory in a 5-setter. A lot on the line here. A&M trying to beat the Longhorns for the first time in 14 years. Meanwhile, Texas has not lost a home game in conference play, a home match, since 2014. This one going down to the wire. Texas also undefeated in conference play. The Aggies trying to hand the Longhorns their first ever SEC loss. So many storylines, back and forth play. Texas taking sets 1 and 3. The Aggies coming right back and winning sets 2 and 4.
And it's the 5th set, so these players are playing to 15, and you got to make this set smaller. So who's the first to 5? First to 8. Okay, whoever's first to 8, then you switch sides. Then to 12, so it's really spurts. That's why runs are so important, more than ever in the 5th set.
Each coach will get a challenge here in the 5th set. This is the first 5-set match between the Aggies and the Longhorns since 2005. And set number 5 underway. The Aggies tool the block courtesy of Morgan Perkins.
What a stat. The last time they played a 5 was 2005. Let that sink in. And if A&M beats Texas again, this will be the first time Texas has ever had a loss in the SEC. It does not get any better than this match here tonight.
Some of these players weren't even born then. Aggies by 1 with Perkins serving. There's an antsy feeling in this gym. And the Longhorns get their first point of set number 5.
And the 5th set is where you start to see more tips or rolls where players really start getting tricky. And with Texas running the 6-2, that eliminates the setter from dumping. Therefore, blockers will not be cheating and setters can't be aggressive offensively.
What a match for Madison Skinner, up to 20 kills, hitting 500. Again, the first to 15, win by 2. Ace Madison Skinner, she's doing it all.
Skinner just completely putting the pressure on the Aggies. She is not playing with a care in the world. She knows she'll get aces, digs, kills. This is classic Maddie Skinner tonight.
Texas by 1. Here's Helmuth.
Out.
Landed out of play. We are tied at 2. There was a momentary celebration by Texas, but that one was out of play.
And now walk back to serve. That takes away the setter dump for the Aggies as well.
Junior out of Katy. Here comes Kahahawai off the block. Wennis keeping it going. Wennis sends it over, a dart off Underwood. Lednicki, another attack, another kill. Number 22 for the junior.
Keep feeding who is hot, and right now it's Lednicki for the Aggies. Singletary reading her arm, seeing she's going cross, tries to take it away, but not able to stop that hit.
1 kill shy of her season high, but a service error ties the set at 3.
And in the 5th set, each coach will be given a challenge. So Jamie Morrison does have a challenge back that he can use in this last set.
Ran out of them towards the end of the 4th. Texas with 5 aces on the night. Madiwak, Kasapala off Bunton. That one hammered off Kahahawai. Here comes Devin Kahahawai. The Aggies respond. Madiwak, Kasapala reaches over. Skinner is there. Here's Jenna Wennis diving in, and the Aggies can't save it. Texas grabs the lead.
That is a kill the Aggies cannot afford to give Texas. Jenna Wennis was coming in so early on her approach. It was clear. You could see for forever almost she was going to tip. The Aggies have to pull in when they see her hand open for that long.
The Longhorns have dominated this series, winning 22 of the last 23 and 10 in a row. But this one going down to the wire. Texas with the block. Kahahawai and Bunton were there.
The harder you hit, the harder you fall. When Lednicki is hitting this much harder, that's why her back row has to be pulled in even more. If she gets blocked, it's going straight down. Nia Bunton going off tonight.
13 blocks for the best blocking team in the SEC. Texas by 2. Lednicki, no, again, Bunton. Have yourself a night, Nia Bunton. This is the best match of her college career so far.
4th block of the night for Nia Bunton. She is using that length. She wasn't fully over with Kahahawai, but she made sure her hand was touching Devin's left hand. 4-0 run for Texas. And look at their body language. They're acting like they've already won this match. They're not getting complacent, but they are playing very confidently. And right now, they're shutting down Logan Lednicki. And Logan is also hitting on the left side right now. Usually she's on the right, so that's not where she's usually hitting. Try and get Logan over to the right side as quick as possible.
This is the depth Jarrett Elliott keeps talking about this year. Nia Bunton stepping in, the former Miss Kentucky volleyball coming out of high school in 2022, former top 10 recruit, showing up big time here. Couple of kills, 3 blocks. Again, the first of her collegiate career. And all of a sudden, Texas by 3, win by 2. That would be a heck of a birthday present. Longhorns trying to remain undefeated in SEC play in their first year in the conference. Kahahawai and Buttonall smiles on the front line for the Longhorns.
And remember, the first to 8, once one team hits 8, they will switch sides.
Fans watching a thriller here in Austin. Nakana ready to go. Here's Helmuth off the block and it drops.
And notice that Lednicki didn't stay on the left side. This time, Jamie Morrison decided to have her sprint over to the right side because the left was not working out for her. That's good adjustment. That's great coaching.
Emily Helmuth up to 14 kills. And she'll serve. Kahahawai right into the block, and back come the Aggies within 1.
Great composure for Humphrey. She's literally doing a crunch in the air, making sure her core is tight, her neck is down in her arms, and her arms are touching her head, leaving 0 room for the ball to pass her.
This is just like a heavyweight fight, back and forth. These two teams taking big swings here in the final set. This time it's Wenis's turn. Casapala with the block, and we are tied at 6.
Oh, that's mean. That's just a mean block from Casapala and Lednicki. How can you expect that ball to pass those two blockers? Got to make sure you are going over or around and that your defenders are helping you out.
She's one of the best in the nation. Nearly an ace for Helmuth, and it is! The Aggies go up by 1.
Do you see how quickly momentum changes in the 5th set? Texas Longhorns looked like they had it in the bag. One block by A&M, then miscommunication by Texas. Next thing you know, Jarrett Elliott's calling a timeout, and the Aggies are the ones that have the momentum on their side.
What happened there on that play? I mean,
big mistake. It looked like Halter was trying to call someone off, but again, you cannot hear each other. So this is a situation where you literally run into each other right here. Okay, so right there, Akana thinks Halter's gonna get it, and Carlson didn't get the second touch. Carlson's probably yelling, the setter Carlson is probably yelling for help, but that right there is when either Carlson or Halter have to get that ball over. That literally run into each other. Don't let that ball hit the ground.
The Aggies now have a season-high 10 aces. They've gone on a 4-0 run. They lead it by 1 again, trying to beat Texas for the first time in 14 years as the Longhorns look to regroup.
And it looked like Akana was trying to set the back row, but there was no back row to set. It was Akana, Halter, and the setter Avery Carlson. And so that's just court awareness right there. That's when you're just caught up in the play. That is the point where Akana probably should have set Jenna Wenis on the outside, or her pen, Devin Kahahawai. But regardless, a Texas player definitely should have gotten that ball over. I'm sure they're extremely frustrated, but got to move on. Short-term memory.
This would be a landmark win for Jamie Morrison in his 2nd year with the Aggies against his old team, number 7 Texas. Helmuth serving. Wenis. Lednicki. Texas block was there. Back to the junior they go. And Texas gets the point, tied at 7.
Lednicki overcorrecting her swing from getting blocked in that initial hit, and great coverage by A&M. Lednicki staying aggressive, just not able to get that ball over and in while trying to avoid the Texas block.
Lednicki has taken 53 swings, 22 kills. Here is Ella Swindle, tied at 7. Maddie Waugh, Casapala The Aggies answer right back and go up by 1.
Serve, receive, leading into running the middle. Casapala literally chasing that ball from over her shoulder. She can't even see it. She is just fully trusting her setter knows where she wants that ball.
The teams will switch sides. Just an exhausting match. So much energy expended by both of these teams. So many momentum swings in each set. Texas took the lead by about 3 earlier in this set. The Aggies coming right back. And now it'll be Ava Underwood, the junior. Ella Swindle. Here comes Wennis. No, push back the other way. Reagan Rutherford off the block. Helmuth saves it. Here comes Lednicki, pushed off Wennis. Jenna Wennis with the attack, fought off by Helmuth. Humphrey. And Texas earns the point. We're tied again.
Aggies in the net. That's what happens when there's a lot of battles going on tied at the net. It's hard not to get in, especially when you're so tall.
Wennis serving. Morgan Perkins off the block, falling to the floor was Swindle. Madison Skinner. Lednicki waits for it and gets the point.
23 kills for Logan Lednicki. This right side almost has a full set under her belt, and she is continuously punishing Texas on that cross shot. Swindle and Jenna Wennis are not able to cut that ball off in time. It's just too powerful.
Ties a season high. The previous high came in there upset over a ranked Auburn team. Aggies by 1. Swindle, Reagan Rutherford. They'll try Skinner, denied. And that one lands in, point Aggies.
Set was a little low for Skinner. I think she thought that ball was going to go higher, so she had to speed up the approach. Was just a little too late, had to force the tip into the net.
The Aggies 5 points away from pulling off one of the biggest victories in recent memory. Ava Underwood. Lapio has to just send it over. She's unable to do that. Texas gets a gift.
Well, A&M has to fully forget that play. It never happened. You got to move on. And for Texas, you are saying, thank you very much. I'm going to keep this ball at the service line and go on a run.
Halter, her team within 1. Humphrey. Off of Wennis, one-handed Halter saving the day. Manning. And Texas has tied it at 10.
MVP of this point, 100% Emma Halter. Look, not just the effort, but the ball goes back to target. It's not that she's just that athletic. She's also knows where to put that ball. She's efficient. Great play.
She knows how to win. That's all she's done since she arrived on the 40 acres. 2 national championships. Serving for the lead. Morgan Perkins off the block. Again, it's Halter. Rutherford. Texas by 1.
Swindle with the back set. Great dig by Halter, and Swindle seeing the traffic by the Aggies on the right side, pushes the ball out to Reagan. Great decision by this setter, and then Rutherford taking advantage going down that line. Good shot.
This is an unbelievable match at a fantastic setting. It feels like a postseason matchup here at Gregory Gym, sold out for the 36th consecutive time. These teams alternating set victories after Texas took the first one. Going back and forth here in the 5th. Shelby, the Longhorns on a 3-0 run.
And Texas has really eliminated those overpasses as well as the Aggies. Right now it's going to come down to who can play the cleanest set. And these hitters are going to get their kills. Logan Lednicki is going to get kills against you. Same with Maddie Skinner. You have to move on and you have to get each other out of system in order to slow down the offense and then take advantage of those free balls. Got to put those away.
Logan Lednicki, a season high, tying 23 kills on 55 swings. But her team down by 1 thanks to the play of Madison Skinner, 20 kills, hitting .444. This place is buzzing.
And Logan Lednicki has 55 total swings. And she's been getting blocked a few times, but her setter continues to give her the ball. I don't know how her arm is not just absolutely killing her right now.
So out of the timeout, again, 1st to 15, win by 2. Texas 4 points away. Halter serving. Texas on a 3-0 run. Here comes Lednicki off the block. Reagan Rutherford, and it falls in. Texas up by 2 in the 5th.
Rutherford again with the unmatched decision making. She sees Aggies libero Ava Underwood pull really far back, expecting that line shot. And Reagan sees that. She's literally in the air looking at the Aggies back row and deciding, where are you cheating? I'm going to make you pay for that one, not being at your base.
Just so many different weapons on this Texas squad. Reagan Rutherford, 13 kills. The Longhorns fans can feel it. LaPio kept alive. LaPio again, fought off by Swindle. Here comes Skinner, and she does it again. We may have a challenge, and we do.
Skinner going with that deep shot. It looked like the ball hit in front of the line judge's feet.
Well, Jamie Morrison picked up the green challenge card, looked at the ref, and then put it down. Play continues. Skinner. The defensive effort has been unmatched by Texas in this set. That one misses the mark. Here comes Ellie Stinson, the senior transfer from Northwestern. Skinner, tapped over. We play on. Diving in to keep it alive was Manning. And the Aggies have pulled within 1.
A++ to the Aggies defense. They are refusing to let the ball fall on their side.
What an epic 5th set. Stinson. Madison Skinner. And we are tied at 13. Why not? Just an unreal match and a fitting end to this instant classic. Again, this is the first 5-set match between the Longhorns and the Aggies since 2005. Look at Logan Lednicki on the left side, directing traffic, shouting out instructions.
Lednicki looks very poised right now. You can tell that she's gotten some years under her belt. She's being more vocal in the huddle. She's being that vocal leader Jamie Morrison has talked about. And I like the body language the Aggies are giving, because this is the lion's den for them right now. And for Texas, they've done a good job of coming out this 5th set and avoiding the Aggies defense. But for A&M, they are just getting insane balls that you think would be a kill against any other team.
Texas has won 79 consecutive conference matches at home, dating back to a decade ago. The Aggies have not beaten the Longhorns since 2010. All these streaks on the line. And again, Texas undefeated in SEC play in their first year in the conference, trying to avoid their first loss coming at the hands of the Aggies, and we are all tied at 13 here in set number 5, which is supposed to go to the first to 15, but you have to win by 2. And the way this match has gone back and forth, who knows when this one will come to an end. Here is Ellie Stinson for the Aggies. On Halter up high, Skinner has to hurry forward. Diving in is Underwood. Here's Helmuth. Back to Helmuth, denied! Match point coming up for Texas. Here we go. Avery Carlson to serve for the match. Lapio. Halter. Here comes Skinner. Underwood. Helmuth. Tied at 14.
Aggies not done yet. And what a way to go off Kahawai's hands. Usually really hard player to tool.
Here comes Morgan Perkins, 4 aces on the night. Madison Skinner. Match point again for the Longhorns. And who else but Madison Skinner at the service line. What a night she has had. Trying to finish off the Aggies. Casapala. And the point goes to A&M.
I'm not sure what that call was right there. It looked like Texas was completely off the net.
Of course, tied one more time at 15. Here is Maddie Walk. Another match point on the way for the Horns. Trying to beat A&M for the 11th straight time. It's Kayleigh Akana. Casapala answers right back. You had a feeling it wasn't going to end at 15.
Punch for punch. That's how this whole match has been. A&M took off in that second set, but after that, it's just going even, and Casapala cannot be stopped. Even with 4 strong hands in front of her, she's going to the left of you.
Here's one of the stars of the night for A&M, Emily Helmuth. Carlson. Wenisno, and match point for the Aggies.
Aggies' first match point.
Can they take down Texas for the first time since 2010?